That's basically what that is.
Thank you.
Shorty, couldn't we use one also on the breakout, the Trump gap?
Can I use what?
An anchor VWAP on the Trump gap?
You're talking about from like the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, and this is called a pinch. Anytime you have, these, when they're colliding like this and you're trading and you break, that usually means an explosion. It's almost like a Bollinger Band squeezing. It's just volume based. Yeah, you can certainly use that. Yep. This is a pinch right now, but I typically like to find, when I'm looking at VWAP, like anchored points, I like to find like a point like this one here, right? Low, you have higher low, higher low, higher low. So what I like to do is I like to find this, right? And then I look for handoffs, right? Meaning handoffs, you came back and you touched it, right? Like here, and then you can start building from this point on. Then you see that you touched it again here, and that becomes a handoff again for me. And then I watch and you see the same concept. I like to do that, but I'll probably keep one from this level and see what that means. 826. It would probably match the quarterly VWAP here. Now let's take a look at the daily. All right, so daily has a lot of, I would say, it looks like a B-shaped profile. And anytime you have the B-shaped profile, what do I tell you guys about the values that you want to be paying attention to?
They're at the bottom of the top.
Yeah, you really want to know where this previous day value area high is. And I mean, now you see how much is stacked in this area. And now take a look where we're rejecting tonight, and you'll see why, right? I mean, there's a lot stacked here. Let me just shift for a moment so you guys can see it. So watch now. October value area high, PD value area high, and they're trying to hold that, right? If they do enter this, there's potentially a chance that you're gonna, I think it was 2450. 2450, yeah. There's a high chance if we clean this up, we're gonna go to 2450 tonight. And then you guys see that there's a little bit of a node here, not much. I would potentially mark this here as a key level for what? What would this 30 mean to you guys? If you look at the whole overnight session, why is this 30 important?
If they go above it, they're gonna look for prices higher. They're gonna accept.
Yeah, there's a higher chance. Basically, if you treat this as a distribution, there's one right here, there's one right here, and then if this is our single prints, if they accept this, we're going to this level, guys. So keep that in mind as you're trading. And there's a little skinny belly here that you guys should be aware of overnight, right? It's right here. Is everybody following?
Can you repeat the thing about B-shapes?
Yeah, so B-shapes, usually when you have a B-shape in an uptrend like we had, that means that somebody got liquidated, right? That if you just think about logically, right? How much value did they have and how much time did they spend up top?
Not much.
Not much. They were trying to sell as fast as they can, and then you come to the bottom, and then sometimes you sell and you close inside the value, right? And that's kind of what's happening here, right? So if you go and now let's get the value back up. Give it a second.
And that's in terms of monthly, right?
Well, this is the daily profile, so this is the daily profile that I was talking about. So when you have a liquidation like we did, and we had at one point, I can find it here. It was this one right here. If you guys remember this one here, we talked about it a few times, right? When we liquidated lower from this 3-4 day balance, we went lower, and look how far did this one keep the market intact, right? 1, 2, 3 days kept, and then they had a lowercase b, but they failed to put in a lower low. Usually, and then, I mean, they responded really nicely with this profile, and this was basically the start of short cover rally. This profile was a trap for the shorts. And then, of course, the rest Makes sense. So now when you look where we are here, right here, we have a profile. There's a high chance they might consolidate here. But if they crack out of this zone right here, let's say they crack above 914, they can trigger a short cover rally because, you know, there's not much here, right, in terms of value. They might find some aggressive sellers at some point here, right, because that's all emotional selling. And they might get there, right? But if they just keep going, and if it's weak shorts, they're just going to be fueling the fire, and then they're just going to fill in all the areas and potentially come here and all the way close the gap. So I would say pay attention to the value area on lowercase profiles when you're liquidating like this, because it comes in handy. And tomorrow will be a good test, right? You guys will get to see it live if you're new and see how the market behaves. They already gave you a nice retest tonight. So it'll be important to see what they do tomorrow. So I will watch this 10 to 14. If you can clean this up, that's great. And then you have the POC sitting 895, the low 884. I would expect buyers to show up here. And if you guys just look, I'm just going to increase the tick size here just to 4. If you just zoom out a little bit, what do you have here?
Consolidation.
You have a massive distribution, right? I mean, just look. So that means they were happy trading here. So if they rejected out of this, that means they're rejecting this value and they want to go higher. So we want to pay attention, see, you know, what is it that they want right now.
And that looks to be about 50% of that consolidation.
Yeah, potentially. Are you talking about this one, high, low?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I would do in terms of fibs here, this is my final, I guess, point on this, is that I would grab the fibs from the low here to the high that we have, and I would just, you know, make sure you have them charted on your level. You don't necessarily need all of them, but look where we're bouncing right now, guys. Right at 50%, right? So I would just keep that handy. And here's your golden pocket. So looks like we might run tonight. If they can clean this level up and this is a poor high, or if we found some sellers, it should be two TPOs wide at the top. One, oh, it's a poor high, guys. We're gonna run tonight. Mark this level here. And then you have the SPs here, and I mean, they go all the way up there.
Hey, Shorty, I have a question about the bounce we got off of fibs. Is there a difference in sentiment between seeing a bounce at the 50% versus seeing a bounce at the golden pocket? Because I know that like a bounce at the 382 would be like the characteristics of like aggressive participants or aggressive buying protecting their position. So I was just wondering what like a bounce at the 50% means versus like somewhere
So
else.
50% is your critical discount, right? And that's just engraved in human behavior, right? Anytime people see something 50%, they're like, oh my God, I gotta buy it. And prime example of that is my wife. Like she'll go to Target for something she doesn't need because it's 50% off. And stock market is the same behavior, right? When something is a 50% value, they're like, oh man, I'm getting a discount. So they treat that because 50% is really not a Fibonacci ratio. Actually, it's not. So it's just a perceived value discount to what you're getting. When you're bouncing, like you said, at 0.382, that's a fairly aggressive level to bounce, right? Just because you're not letting the price even get to the discount area of 50%, you're already buying. If you're going 61.8 to 70.5, that means you're looking for value buy, and really, you know, that's the golden ratio is 61.8. So most buyers would be sitting, the patient buyers would be sitting in that area looking to buy, get a bounce, and the late people that were not shorted, you know, here, they'll be looking to short where? Probably somewhere around here when people are looking to buy on the other time frame if they're using fibs. So these are usually value buyers, just being patient. And I wouldn't be shocked if we go higher and retest them here midweek or late week.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking we're going to bounce here first this week. Okay, so in order to summarize this for us, I personally want to see, when you see levels that are crowded like this right here, like if you see this, you do not want to be initiating, a long opportunity here. Only when we crack this, give it a retest, that becomes a really good opportunity for long. The long, ETH, if you see a setup, sure, you can take it, but I would not look for opportunities for long till we clean this up. And you can see the price action here was not very clean either, right? So this area is congested, and I would stay away from it. Let them clean this up. Once they clean up 15, we're looking to drive at 28, 27, like we know the all-time highs there. I think it was 27.5. It was here. So this area between 24 and 30, you can expect rejections, right? There's a lot of single prints. We opened there, and that's where basically the seller stepped in as well in this area. So over 15, we can hit 30, which is not bad points. But if we clean up 30, guys, this is a gap, gap fill is most likely going to happen. I would say over 900 here, immediately. If they can hold this overnight, let me see. If they can hold this 907 here, there's a high chance that 975 becomes critical for tonight. But if they can hold here, break this 15, there's no reason to short until they get to the top, guys. Probably all the way up to here or gap fill. And they might push it. I mean, somebody said Tesla's running overnight. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Yeah, that's right around that previous month value area high too.
yeah.
908, 907 level, I think.
Yeah. That's October
If I
value
remember
area
correctly.
high.
Yeah.
914.
I just keep an eye on NQ and watching Q2.
Yeah.
What's NVIDIA doing?
Well, I think the stocks really start trading at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Tesla's at 334.
Yeah, I think maybe Robinhood and some other platforms let you trade now. I don't know. I don't trade all night. But this would be my plan for overnight and tomorrow. Yeah, so it looks like Tesla's up like 5%. So market's gonna push as soon as this opens. I would not be shocked to see a nice gap. If we can hold this 15, guys, we're going back up potentially to the prior week POC. Which should be, if they offer it, and if I'm awake, yes.
An entry long?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll take that. So this is exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna do it here. So they're gonna come here, this.
Yeah, they've got that accumulation right there.
Yeah, they're gonna sweep this value area low. I wouldn't be even surprised if they sweep below, reclaim this, and then, man, that would be a rocket. You catch 30 points overnight.
We'll catch a Drew right there.
Drew is already placing orders, I know it. I would put I would put a stop 902-ish. 902, yeah, 902, whatever this POC is here, I don't know. I would put it below 98.25. Yeah. Just so you know, I guess. Yeah. No, I thought you said 98 and some change. Sorry. I would put 98.25 as a stop loss. But that's just me. There you go. Well, that's 4 points, so you're only aiming for a handful of. Well, yeah. I swung some spy calls Friday. So we'll see how that opens up. Okay. Hi guys. Well, I will trade live tomorrow morning. If you guys can, it'd be good to join. I'll schedule the classes for upcoming Sunday. My kid does not have any games. I'm more excited than he is. I'll be a little bit more available on Sundays now.
Hey, Shorty.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you
Somebody had a
think
question?
do you think you could post a screenshot of your fib settings?
Oh yeah. Let me do it now. So,
Or just type in fib on the chat, and he's posted
here.
it before too.
okay.
This is my retracements here, LeBron. This is my retracements. My extensions are this one. I only care for 2. You guys can care for more. If we are breaking out of a bracket, as you guys know, I add 2 and 1. I keep those if it's out of bracket break, but that's it. And then I also have just the 50%. And retracements is these. Oh yeah, it's so
I didn't either. I
crazy.
was still confused because I asked him about that a while ago, and I was still
Oh,
scratching
so
my head
here.
over it.
So if you guys click, let me show you one here. I'll do 2, 1, and I'll change this and I'll change this one to 1.5. Okay, so if I change these, I can save it. I can call it bracket fibs. What that means, I'm just looking for a range of a breakout, and then I can change here and I can apply it. I'm just doing whatever here. Let this be the bracket. And now you see the 150 fib here. And if I don't like this, I can say, oh, give me the, retracements. There it goes. Oh, it just helps with re-clicking a bunch.
You learn something every day.
That's the beauty of life.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Shorty.
All right, guys. I'll trade live if you can join. We'll look to be done quickly tomorrow if we can. I know NVIDIA has earnings tomorrow. I might have some friends reach out to me about that. So we'll see how they. Yeah, I'm expecting a call tomorrow regarding NVIDIA. So yeah, he just gets some information sometimes ahead, like birdie news.
Like
Right.
Nancy.
Thank you, guys. Later.
NVIDIA's
guys.
gonna dump. There's the news.
Thanks, Shorty.
Yeah, I guess.